Um, yeah, that's true. I rested well to yesterday. I changed the how do you say?
The
Um,
schedule,
no, the curtains. Yeah, right.
the curtains, yes, the curtains.
Yeah, now are darker, so the light don't pass through them, and now I can sleep better because in occasions the light woke me up, but now I can rest better.
That's a great idea. Very, very good. That's probably one of the best ideas that I ever took when I when I decided to do that because yeah, I noticed this exactly the same thing when when it was already like 6 or 7 sometimes some seasons.
Hmm.
And I needed for some reason to sleep a little bit longer. Not that I always want to wake up at 8 or 8:30, right?
Yeah, of course.
But sometimes you need to, like for example, if it's Saturday or Sunday, you really want to wake up a little bit later, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And in occasions the light affects that that cycle, right? And yeah, that's why we change the curtains, and now I can sleep better.
I see, I see. Actually, when I was in my house in Irapuato, which I already rented, I ordered double curtains. The ones in the back were thicker. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
The ones in the back were like the background, they were quite transparent,
Hmm.
and the ones in the front were dark blue, but you can choose any color.
Any color, yeah.
Yeah, but they filter the light very, very well.
Yeah, I think that this. I don't remember exactly the name that has the curtains. Black,
Oh,
blackout, something like that is a type of curtain that I think that it helps to the doing change of in times of cold. Helps to more or less protects the in this case the bedroom, because I think that is like how's this word? Um, I forgot it in Spanish too.
okay. Well, don't worry, that
Well, to
happens.
maintain
The warmth.
the the warmth. Yeah, exactly.
Ah, yeah, no, that is true. No, that's true. That's very, very important. Um, there are some grammar devices in which sometimes you see that the expressions are very easy, and some of the times the expressions are more complex. I'm going to show you a little
Yeah.
chart that shows easy grammar expressions and more complex grammar expressions, and then we can just do a little bit of review on those, which I'm
Hmm.
sure that you know about this. Just a very quick review and why they vary and in what terms they tend to vary. For example, the ones that you see on the left are much easier. Do you agree? Much
Yeah.
simpler, not easier, simpler. So let's take a look and maybe change the verb or change the subject, but keeping the same grammatical expression. How would you modify the sentences, Mickey? Just changing the subject and the object. For example, in the first one, please.
Instead of she reads a book, change the subject and the object.
Yes, yes, yes. But maintaining
Mm,
the same tense, the present simple.
he reads a comic.
He reads a comic, and then that's changing the object, which is very good. And now, if you also change the book, for example, he plays soccer or he plays basketball or he goes to the
Hmm.
gym.
Hmm.
Okay. And what about the one on the right? The sentences have clauses and modifiers, right?
Yeah. Although tired, she continued working on her project. Um, although tired, he continued going to the gym.
Although tired, she continued going to the gym. Exactly. You can also change the modifiers. You can also say, even if they were young, they already had started a profitable business. for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So let's do another one like this, Mickey, please.
Mm, mm, you think even?
The same structure, but we can change. For example, we can change instead of using although,
Mm-hmm.
we can use even if, or we can use despite, or we can use in spite of. One of these,
Okay.
please.
Even if mm, what could be even if she was mm, even if she was a kid, she won the chess contest. Could be.
Oh, perfect. Chess contest. Yeah, perfect. Very good. Excellent. Yeah, that is changing um, the modifiers, right? Even she was kid, she won the chess contest. Let's do another one using despite, in spite of, a pesar de, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please, Mickey. Spite of.
Mm, in spite of the economy, um, some companies won value this year.
Some companies what? Excuse me.
Won value,
I would say gained
gained,
value.
gained
Yes,
value.
I think one is also possible, but I think gained is a bit more precise in this context.
Okay,
Value.
gained value this year.
Gained value. Okay. Very good, Mickey. Excellent. Thank you. Good examples. You can also see more complexity when you use the tenses, not only in the structure,
Mm-hmm.
but also in the use of the tenses. Let's take a look at the examples, please, and
Mm-hmm.
then maybe have a couple of examples as well. Please, Mickey.
Yeah. Uh, they play soccer every weekend, and I read the other
Yeah,
example.
the more complex one.
Okay, but by the time I arrived, they had already finished the meeting.
Let's say another similar sentence that by the time, whatever,
By the time uh, by the time I arrived to the airport, at the airport,
yes,
uh, my plane have already departed.
already, okay, departed. Okay, perfect. By the time I arrive at the airport, yes, you normally use arrive at if it is a specific
A
place, or arrived
specific
in
place.
if it's in a city. I arrived in Leon, I arrived in Irapuato, or I arrived at the office, I arrived at the airport, I arrived at a specific
At the
place.
school.
Yes, at school, yes.
Yeah.
Very good, Mickey. Excellent example. Very good example. Let's go to the next one, please. Can you?
Yeah.
Verb forms.
Performs. He walks to school, and the complex one, having studied all night, she felt prepared for the exam.
Okay. So something similar.
Mm, having practice. Well, having practice all the week. Uh, what could be having practice all the week. Uh, the team felt. Well, I don't know if it is correct to use ready instead of
Ready?
prepared. Yeah.
Ready is perfect. Yes.
The team felt ready to the final
Ready for the
for the
finals.
finals.
Perfect. That is excellent. Very good. Let's do one more like this, but using the negative gerund, like not
Not.
having done like enough exercise. That's in my case. How would you complete it? Or enough, not having done enough exercise, not having done enough exercise. How would you complete it?
I felt. Mm, I don't know if it's correct to say. I felt that I wasn't ready to the race.
That I wasn't
Yeah,
ready
to the race
for the race, right?
for the race.
Ready for, yes, I wasn't ready for the race. Excellent. That's a great example. Very good. Now, this is the next one, which includes words like which or when. For example, you know this song, right? The day when you were born, all the flowers were born. This is the song, remember?
Las mañanitas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of
But then
course.
you use when, the day when you were born, right? In this case, is the book which is. So depending on the complement, you
Uh huh.
use the correct modifier in the middle. So let's do an example like this, Mickey, please.
Uh, the the day when you. Well, I don't know if it is correct to say the day when was your first birthday.
The day when was your first birthday? Yes.
Mm, was the 9/11 attack.
Was the 9/11
Attack, yeah.
attack? Okay, very good. Oh, that's my brother's birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we may. No, no, no. Wait, yeah, no, 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 no. That was the day of the earthquake.
Mm.
The day of
The
the
earthquake
earthquake.
here in Mexico.
Yeah, in Mexico. Yeah, February 19th. That's all my brother's birthday.
Wow.
You can imagine the number of jokes that he receives that day.
Yeah, of course. Wow.
Being five brothers, he has no shortage of jokes. But well, this admits
Are five
plenty.
brothers? You have five
Excuse me?
brothers? You have five brothers, or
Four
with your?
brothers. We are five brothers.
Okay. Wow.
Five
That's great.
brothers. Yeah, five brothers, and all of us enjoy to joke quite a bit. So
Yeah, of course.
when we take it on someone, it's one
Hmm.
after another and after another after another. But I mean, we can take it. It's not like that we get offended or nothing. We just laugh, and then it may be my turn. It may be the turn of my brother, whoever, right?
Yeah, are good jokes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Perfect.
This one admits quite a bit of different examples. For example, the man. Let's complete some of these sentences, Mickey, please.
Yeah.
So the man who was wearing a mask, and then let's complete, please.
The man who was wearing a mask. was the robber
Was the robber
of
maybe
the jewelry.
of the jewelry? Perfect. Very good. So the let's see some other ones with other things. The 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 the, the cards which you sent or which she sent. The cards which she sent. What?
The cards she sent.
Let's say the gift cards.
Okay. The gift
Gift
cards which
cards.
she sent. Uh, congrats could be.
Congrats.
Uh, were made of steel. I don't know.
Were made of.
Steel. I would like of those type of cards.
Oh, okay, okay, very good. Um, let's use this same sentence,
Yeah.
but now instead of were, the verb were, which is okay,
Hmm.
let's change this verb were for a more active verb like had, showed, revealed. For example, the car, the car.
If you use sorry teacher, if you use for example where instead of had, um, it is incorrect
No,
or
it
it's
is
used well.
perfect. It's perfect. No, no, this is perfect.
But
I just wanted to give some more variety.
oh yeah, okay.
So using what is called more active verbs. The idea is that, I mean, all the time we use verbs like had, were, but when you give some more variety, like for example, the car which, tell me a celebrity. Let's see,
Mm,
Carlitos Slim
Carlitos Slim.
drives, shows always so a bit
Sorry.
of bless you
Thank you.
luxury or displays or shows or you can say has but also displays always a bit of luxury. In this case the idea is that we don't use it's perfectly correct to use has.
Expand a little bit the vocabulary.
Yeah, exactly, that's the idea.
Hmm.
That's the idea. So let's see a similar example trying to use a different verb from where, is, or has. Let's see what we can find, Mickey, please.
Mm, the let me think. Mm, I'm thinking in a sentence. Uh, the the girl who was wearing a pink dress,
Who was wearing
wearing pink dress. Mm, could be had uh, an eye color of different color. Could be, I don't know.
had a what?
Uh, how do you say when a person has two different types of color in their eyes?
Had a the it's a monochromia noise.
Monochrome. I don't know. Let me check.
Monochromia. No, it's not monochromia.
Heterochromia.
What?
Heterochromia.
Heterochromia. Heterochromia. Had heterochromia. All right. Or you can say, for example, instead of had, if it's something bad, you can say suffered from to replace the had with another verb.
Suffered from, and then
Suffer
the
from.
disease. Okay.
If it's a disease, right? And if it's
Mm,
something positive, You can say enjoyed, for
Enjoy
example, if you
from to.
enjoyed, enjoyed. Yeah, no, you don't enjoy from. You enjoy the thing, the object. For example,
Enjoy it in the object.
yeah, the woman who was, or the woman who won the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
You can say to logró. What
Yeah.
did she manage? Manage to what?
Managed to buy her house could be.
Her house. Perfect. Excellent.
Okay.
You can also make a decision. The Instead of decided to, and then you can just change the subject. The who, whatever, the person who, I'm sorry, who, whatever, decided to do something. Let's complete that. For example, Mickey, please.
Mm, the the person
Perfect. Yes.
who created how you say the Facebook app
The Facebook app. Yes.
decided to create the metaverse.
Is that true?
Yeah, he's the Mark Zuckerberg created the metaverse.
Oh, he's the one who created the metaverse.
Yeah,
Metaverse. That's truly, truly interesting.
yeah, it is interesting.
Have you ever dug into that metaverse? Is that so mysterious as people say?
mm, Not really, because well, I think that to expand a little bit your experience there in the metaverse, inside the metaverse, you must have like VR glasses and all stuff. And to be honest, I was almost buying one, but then I discovered that affects the sight, right?
Is that true? I don't
Yeah,
know.
for the likes, I think that the likes are like in occasions too intense for the eyes and could affect. So that's why I decided to talk about it.
Ah, okay. I decided
But
not to buy it, right?
not to buy it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Uh, wow. Interesting. Interesting. Well, that's actually a good expression, an interesting expression. I decided not to when something happened, right? So the sentence that you made is really, really good. I saw my when I saw my unknown aunt,
Mm-hmm.
I decided not to. Well, this is more complex because you normally decide to give it a hug or to give it a kiss, right? But in this case, you decided not to what? Let's make a nice sentence. You think I decided not to.
I decided not to mm, give her a hug because she was sick.
Okay. She
Something
was.
happens.
Yeah, okay. That's correct. So, uh, okay, now you can make it even more complex. You can say, when I visited, or the verb that you want,
Hmm.
whose, whatever, I prefer not to.
And teacher, for example, sorry for interrupting you.
Yes,
Uh, for example, in the first sentence, it is incorrect if you say I decided don't give her a hug in this case.
yes,
Instead
it's
of
not right. Yeah, I
it's don't,
decided
it's don't. Uh-huh. It is
don't,
incorrect.
yeah, this is not right. Don't give her, no, because don't is actually a command,
Mm,
is an order. So
mm, mhm.
it's like if you say in Spanish, decidí no le des un
Ah,
abrazo.
okay. Yeah, it's like an order that you give in to someone.
Yeah,
So, Ah,
If you say
okay.
I decided is one verb and don't give her is a command. You say no le des, decidí, no le des un abrazo.
Yeah, I realize that in occasions I make that mistake.
Well, yeah, that can happen, but we need to correct that. Ah, but you fix it in a second. For example, I prefer not to, I decided not to, and then what you had decided, right?
Nice.
Like in this case. For example, when I
Yeah.
saw the
Mm.
lady whose park, this is more complex, whose car always appeared in my porch
Mm-hmm.
or always appeared in the door of my garage. I prefer not to. Okay, let's complete that, Mickey, and then we make a similar one, please.
When I saw the lady whose car always appeared in the door of my garage, I preferred not to. Um, I prefer not to fight with her
Fight with her. Yeah, that's a good sentence.
because she was older than me. Could be.
Yeah, very good. She was older than me. Perfect. Good example. And then you can say, well, this is a more complex sentence, as you can see. First, we have when I saw the lady whose car always appeared in the door of my garage. This is a subordinate clause, and this is subordinate to the lady, right? The lady
Mm-hmm.
whose car, and this
Su carro.
whose is very important, or whose
Mm-hmm.
whatever, right? Okay, let's write a similar sentence to this, which is a bit more complex, but let's just change maybe the subject. Let's change everything except the structure. Let's keep the whose
Mm,
and keep the preferred, decided, chose. I chose not to, whatever.
okay. When I saw the boy uh, whose whose ball broke my window,
Okay, very good.
I chose not to. How to say it? Stole him, or how? No, how do you say uh, when you are giving a
Scold,
yeah, skull. Sorry, yeah, stole is the other
not
thing.
to scold him.
I choose not to scold him because he remembers me when I was younger.
Reminded me
Reminded me when I
when I
was younger.
younger. Okay, that's usual, right? Exactly. Story of who hasn't lived this.
Yeah,
Did you ever break somebody else's window, Mickey? With
yeah,
a
like
ball or with a
like
stone or with
two or
something
three
accidentally?
times.
Eh?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 times. I remember one time that I was in here in the cluster and we were playing soccer. So uh, I shoot the ball, and then someone obviously affects the movement of the ball and goes directly to a window of a car. And I don't know
Like,
why. Yeah, I never imagined how it's possible that the ball broke the window of the car, but it happened, and obviously they scold them scold them us. And I don't remember if I pay for that or the person who moves the ball pays for the window. But at the end, I think that they have an insurance, something like that, and and they create like a story about it. But yeah, yeah, so many times.
Yeah, the same thing here. We
Yeah.
There was a park called Parque Mexico, not far
Mm-hmm.
from my mom's house. We lived in another area of the city the similar colony, but another city. It
Okay.
was rented at that time, and
Mm-hmm.
the three big brothers went with my dad, and we were playing baseball. And
Mm-hmm.
then Arthur, my big brother, he hit the
Mm-hmm.
ball so hard that the ball went straight to a window of a beautiful house. Oh man!
What happened?
Then we didn't know what to do, but my dad said, "No, no, no, wait until the owner to come down." And I tell him, and my dad had made an arrangement with him, and he paid for the window, but it was a huge window.
So it was a huge amount of money too.
Probably yes, probably the window was not cheap. I think it was quite expensive, but well, it was our responsibility, so we had to pay for it. The window
Yeah.
of a house, a beautiful house, and the window was very big, and it was far. It was not easy to hit the target, so but it's
So I
quite common
suppose
that these
that
things.
he had a good aim.
A good aim, exactly, exactly. Very
Wow.
good. Well, these sentences, thank you, Mickey. These sentences are quite complex, but you're doing them very well. And there is another case which uses the word whom, which we have already seen. For
Mm-hmm.
example, the man to whom, to whom I gave the the package,
Mm-hmm.
the package for urgent delivery uh, was not a messenger, so
Sure.
he simply took it.
Jeez.
It's not true, of course, but it was just the man. But here, what is important here, or what I wanted to point it out, is the word
Whom?
whom,
Yeah.
because he receives the package, or I give this to that person, is to whom. Right? This is what I wanted to point out. The man to whom I gave the package for urgent delivery was not a messenger, so he simply took it with him, for example, with him to his house. Well, let's do something similar using the subject, then to whom, and then whatever. And here I used was not, but you can change the was not for something different, or if you want to use it the first time and then we change it.
Okay.
Peace.
Mm, uh, I don't know if it is correct to say, for example, Louis is the boy to whom I told you.
To whom I told because told you is
Mm-hmm.
you really are saying something to Luis, not to me.
Ah, Louis the boy to whom
To
I
whom
told.
a quien le dije, to whom I told, to whom I
Mm,
told,
Louis the boy to whom I told.
not
Well, and
to.
if it's I told you about, it is incorrect
I
too.
told you about is perfect. Yes. To whom? No, no, no. To whom I no, because you're not telling me about. You're telling him. When
Mm,
you say to whom I told, a quien le dije,
Louis the boy to
or you
whom I
or you
told.
can change the sentence. Um, Luis is the boy I told you about. That is perfect too.
Mm,
But the one above is Luis es el niño a quien le dije not to forget to drink enough water every day. For example, right?
yeah. Okay.
You told him something. What did you tell him? Not to forget to drink enough water every day.
This is the
That's an
boy to
example.
whom I told not to forget to do exercise every day.
To do exercise every day. Perfect. Yeah. Which is the boy to whom? Exactly. Yeah, very good.
And for example, if it's a question using whom is to whom
Is
or
Luis the boy whom I loaned my wallet 2 days ago? Yes, you can do this, for example. Is Luis the boy to whom? You can use whom or to whom. Actually, the two is optional. Normally, is he the boy whom? It's not necessary, but if you put it, is correct. Like even here, Luis is the boy whom I told is also optional here. But you can use Luis is the boy whom I told not to forget to do exercise. Is Luis the boy to whom I loaned my wallet? Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
okay.
Or you can use the negative, right? Luis is not the boy to whom whatever. Like, how would you complete this sentence, Mickey?
To whom I mm, gave my notebook.
Gave my notebook. Perfect. Yes, that's a great
Gave.
example. So, really, it's not complicated. You're doing this very well. Is to whom and the end. That's it. Let's see the. What do you think of these sentences, Mickey?
Yeah, obviously are good sentences because I think that when you have a conversation with someone who speaks English, well, you can express yourself with more clarity because you are adding like more details of the sentences instead of just saying the like a simple sentence. So probably it gives you more, how to say, like formality too when
More
you speak like
formality,
that.
more precision as well. Yeah, you're right.
Precision. Yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is.
To be
Yeah,
honest, I think that it's something that I need to practice because in occasions, well, obviously when I'm speaking, I I didn't notice that in occasions I used the grammar like that. Obviously, I know that I have my mistakes, but when I need to write it, I think that I need to analyze it because I can see the mistakes that normally I say when I'm speaking. So yeah, it's interesting and it's something that I need to pay attention to.
well, you really do very good English. You display, you show really good English, even better. But all of us who doesn't make mistakes, even in Spanish, we make mistakes. But
Yeah.
it's always to be perfecting and improving, polishing little by little.
Hmm.
And this is one thing that you managed to improve today and really well. Not to do this is better not to. I prefer not to. I rather
Yeah.
not go. Or for example, this is another one. Not I rather not. This is another one which is used in negative, which is common and is often said incorrectly, even by teachers. I have heard English teachers not to use this expression correctly.
I'd
I
rather.
rather not go to that party. I rather not something. Let's do some examples of this, like of this nature, Mickey, please.
And how they make the mistake using don't
They
or
say, for
not?
example, I rather do not go.
Hmm.
I rather do not go. And I have heard teachers, English teachers that say, I rather do not go, or I rather don't play with him. It's not right. It's I rather not go because the don't is an instruction. For example,
It's like an
don't,
order, right?
well, don't drink from that faucet.
Hmm.
The water might be dirty. For example, that's an example, right?
Yeah, yeah. I can see my mistakes, for example, because it's a mistake that I that I have made. In occasions, I use when I say I rather, I use don't instead of not. But now that I understand that it's like when we use don't dislike to give an instruction, well, I think that it's easier to to understand the mistake and to fix it too.
Yeah,
So
this only takes 2 minutes, Mickey. You do it really, really well. I'd rather not whatever, right? Or, for example, if you complete this sentence, I'd rather not what. How would you complete this? I'd rather
mm,
not what.
I'd rather not go to the gym today because I'm tired.
Okay, I'd rather not go to the gym today because I am tired. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. There's another expression. I had better not uh, mess up with uh, politicians since I am too busy, for example, right? So the I rather
Can you
not.
hold on a little bit, sure? Because I heard, but I can see the sentence.
I'm sorry. Let me. I think I need to. Oh yeah, I can see why. Let's see there.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
it's more visible now. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I had better not mess up with politicians since I'm too busy. Yeah.
So you make a decision. You had better not whatever, right? I had better not, and then whatever. I had better not go to the gym today because I'm tired. I had better not. How would you complete this, Mickey?
I had better not uh, mm, play video games today because I have a lot of homework to do.
I have a lot of homework. Oops, of homework. Excellent, perfect. Yeah, excellent, very good, Mickey. So these are very interesting grammar devices. In particular, the negation in some English structures is more similar to German because it comes from German than to Spanish because Latin is a Spanish is a Latin language in German, and English and German um, are Saxon languages.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is about uh, grammar. Now there are some interesting quotations from celebrities that I wanted to talk about, and let's see what you make of them. For example, you know Oprah Winfrey? Okay, she says this. I'm gonna change the subject a little bit.
Yeah.
She says, let's read it, Mickey, please, and see what you think of it.
The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams.
What do you think of this?
Yeah, of course. I think that in occasions, uh, as society, we change our dreams because we think that in occasions our dreams are impossible, but at the end, we don't know if it will be possible or not until we do it. So, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, right. What are the obstacles to our dreams at times, not always, but sometimes, which is an obstacle to our dreams?
Mm, I think that in occasions, the obstacles are that uh, ourselves don't believe that it is possible. Probably that we don't have the capacity to do it. I think so. That we don't
Okay.
believe in ourselves in occasions.
All right. Yeah, could be that may be an obstacle. Very good, Mickey. Thank you very much. There is another quote from Einstein, which they all the quotations from these celebrities are normally in a complex sentence structure, but of course it's understandable and you understand it clearly. But let's see how we interpret it. What you make of this, Mickey. Let's read this too, please. Can we?
Yeah. Imagination is more important than knowledge.
Why? What do you think of this sentence?
Mm, I I remember this quote, and I think that it says something like, "Because imagination, sorry, because knowledge is limited instead of imagination."
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a good quote. I think that he said that during the World War II or finishing the World War II, and I think that it's for the context. That's why he said that. But it is true. It is true. In occasions, I think that it's better to have or to develop our imagination instead of just focusing in the facts. I think that our mind, in occasions, needs like a rest. I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting too. I don't know how can you define this quote.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. Imagination gives you more options to solve something, whereas you create the solution. Sometimes knowledge, I just know something which is limited. So I try to apply the old technique, the same technique to solve a problem, whatever the problem is. Whereas if I use my imagination, I can create new solutions.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So I believe it's very similar to what you're saying. There is an interesting quote from Marilyn Monroe, and let's read it. It is here, please, and see what you think of it, Mickey, please.
Mm, keep smiling because life is a beautiful thing, and there's so much to smile about.
What does it say to you?
Yeah, I think that in occasions we focus just in the bad things, just in the problems, and we ignore all the things that we have as granted for the same reason because we have as granted, and there are a lot of things to be grateful. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, you're saying something extremely profound because we take something for granted. What do we normally take for granted? What we normally take for granted is that, and I was having this conversation with my friend, and it shocked me. It shocked me because uh, we always take for granted that we are going to live forever. Well, she's 50 something, and so am I. So
Hmm.
when you're young, you take for granted that we are going to live forever. But when we're in our teens, 20s, early 30s, but in reality, the closer you approach to the end of the movie, you know
Hmm.
that the movie is gonna end someday, right? And
Yeah.
but we take for granted that life is forever, which may have a some kind of glamour or some type of positive thing. What else do we always take for granted, Mickey? This is a great sentence. What do we take for granted, which is not necessarily valid or true or perennial, that's going to last forever?
Yeah, I think that is similar than the example that you said. Normally, we take for granted that tomorrow we're gonna be here too. I think that in occasions uh, we let the things or activities for other day because we take for granted that we're gonna be there. But
Okay.
in reality, I think that we don't know um, until when we're gonna be here. So it's something that we take for granted too.
Yeah. We also take for granted that, um, uh, let's say, our our family will
Hmm.
always be present. But sometimes you emigrate. The brothers, sisters emigrate. Uh, Sometimes there are changes, right? And it's very good when the family is always present. But and we take that for granted. That sometimes maybe your brother decides to go to another country. Maybe your well, when you have your daughters or sons, we take for granted that they will always be with us, but they will make a new family. So there are many things that we take for granted when you're young, and then they change, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think that it's one of my biggest fears too. I don't know. I imagine a situation where I probably am I'm mad with my parents, and then just one day I cannot see them again. I think that will be a regretment that it's difficult to deal. I imagine. I don't know, but it's one of my fears.
That you're mad?
Yeah, with them, and probably I don't have the opportunity to solve the problem or to just say sorry or to forget them too. I don't know. It's I think that it's one um, of my fears. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a fear that I also had for many years. And why should it be like that? Because I had a similar feeling, and not when I was so young. You were in your 20s. I was in my 30s, 40s. Yeah, some
Mhm.
10, 15 years ago. And I had exactly the same feeling, Mickey. Why could that be? That's an interesting feeling. I say interesting because I also had it. Why? Where does it originate, you think?
Mm, I don't know, but probably the origin is for the same reason because we take for granted that probably I don't know we can solve it tomorrow or that we can just let the things just like that and that the life continues. But when you think in this way, that probably you don't know if our parents will be here tomorrow or ourselves will be here tomorrow. I think that is when you start to analyze those things. I don't know, probably.
Yeah, that's a good thought. That's a good thought. Okay, Mickey. Thank you very much. Good comment. Let's see Steve Jobs, what he said.
Hmm.
And oh, look at that. It's a similar comment. It's a similar comment to what we're chatting about. Can you read it, please?
Yeah, your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Someone else's life. Yeah.
What does it say to you?
Hmm. I don't know if I interpreted correctly, but I imagine that in occasions we pretend to be someone that we are not. So um, I think that this quote tried to show us that in occasions we left our real lives to act or to pretend to be someone that we are not. I don't know, probably.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, trying to live something that yeah, exactly what you say. We're not that person. We don't have this lifestyle. We don't do these activities. We're really not interested in that topic so much. So why pretend, right? Sometimes for us, out of courtesy, sometimes
Mhm.
we don't say something that we need to learn how to say with the proper words. That's not my favorite topic, or that's not a topic that I enjoy too much. Uh,
Mhm.
for example, I have a cousin, the same cousin,
Mhm.
right? And I talk about him quite a bit because he's the only cousin, male cousin about our age. All the other
Mhm.
cousins, male cousins, are younger, and
Okay.
most of the cousins of our own age are women.
Mhm.
So the only one who's about our age, he's a moron. More say a moron. In reality, he talks about this and that topics that we really don't enjoy, and we tell him
Okay.
straight, well, let's talk about sports, let's talk about this, or let's talk about that, right? And we change the topic straight.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, in occasions I have one. Well, probably you know him. I have one uncle that the only things that he speak is about diseases, about just bad things, and I think that he just thinking that because then he originates those diseases in himself. So it's it's weird. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if they enjoy doing that.
listen, you're saying something extremely important, I believe. When you think about something, you create it, right? So
Yeah.
when
Yes.
you think about something, you create it, even if it
Hmm.
is in the mind. So if you talk about uh, wealth, about health, about love, about friendship, about growth, about positive things, more or less, no more or less, certainly you create that in your mind, and then you nurture it, and then you make it become something. So it is
Yeah.
much better to talk about. For example, I went to a party the other day with a friend,
Hmm.
with her daughter, because they like chess, and she said to me if I could take her to that dinner where there was going to be a lot of chess players.
Okay.
And this is a very smart and good looking person, but the thing
Hmm.
is that she introduced a topic, and this is not the first time that she says, well, there are some people who have these negative thoughts and negative feelings, and that impacts me quite a bit. And one of my friends said something very interesting. He said, and is there a way for you to transform that negative feeling into something positive? And that struck us all. We all said, wow, what a smart comment, right? How can you
Yeah.
change a negative comment into an opportunity, into something positive, into something rewarding, or something that can be of benefit to someone? What do you think of that comment, Mickey?
Yeah. Well, it's a smart comment. I don't know. I think that at the end, when we say that or when we believe in something, it's energy, and the way how you take this energy for positive or negative will affect your life in a positive way or in a negative way. So it is important to know how to, I don't know if it's correct to say, canalize that energy in something good.
How to channel
Channel. Yeah.
that energy? Exactly. That's absolutely true. You can give it a positive channeling. You can channel that energy for the good, for the better. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great comment. Well,
Yeah.
let's just listen to what Elon Musk has to say. I like this quote too much as well. Let's see. Can you please read it, Mickey?
When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that obviously the things that really matter in occasions are not easy, but that doesn't mean that we cannot deal with that. So it's something that we need to keep in mind that if it's something really has value in our lives, I think that probably would not be easy, but wouldn't be impossible too.
Yeah, that is true. Which aspects of life have odds against us, and you still do them? For example, there may be a child with not with a single parent, right? Uh, there may be a kid. I know a kid that works with my friend in the business distribution, the wine business, in the wine distribution business, and he
Hmm.
works for the same boss. This boss is a great guy. This
Hmm.
boss is a great guy, and this guy is the son of a single mother. He lives in a very poor neighborhood. The
Hmm.
odds are against him, but he's
Yeah.
so smart that he is perseverant and ambitious, and he has
Mm.
good examples. This guy, the boss of him, is very positive. He gives him good recommendations. He gives him good advice. He gives him good good values. So even despite the fact that this kid has all the odds against him, well, not all the odds, but his mom was a single mother. He lives in a very poor and bad neighborhood,
Yeah.
and regardless of that, he's coming forth about okay, no, very well. So he
Yeah.
has the odds against him. Have you seen
Hmm.
a similar situation when somebody has the odds against him?
Well, yeah. Obviously, it's not a person that I have met personally, but there's a rapper from Guanajuato. It's called Santa Fe Clan. I don't like his music at all, but the way how he converted in an artist, and he's so famous artist, and he's from uh, I don't remember the name of the neighborhood there in Guanajuato, but it's one of the worst neighborhoods in Guanajuato. And well, he could be converted in a drug addict because obviously it's the context when he's or when he was part. but well, now he's one of the most famous Mexican artists. Again, I don't like his music at all, but the way how he do it is, well, is respect, right?
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And that is valid because maybe those were that was maybe the only path, the only way that he had, the only way out.
Hmm. Yeah.
Maybe he had said, well, I'm going to become a mathematician. Maybe
Hmm.
he would be a
Maybe.
very good mathematician, but not very wealthy. Not that you cannot become a very wealthy mathematician, but you need to have the contacts, the infrastructure, maybe to know a publisher that can publish your books. So you need to have other type of infrastructure. Maybe just being a mathematician is not enough, would not be enough for him.
Yeah.
Whereas writing rap, his first clients would be his neighbors.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
well, that's the context in which he could grow. It's very interesting. Let's do one more, please,
Yeah.
Mickey. I think we have this one here. Audrey Hepburn. Okay, here it is. Let's see what you think. Audrey Hepburn. And this is it. Let me see if it is visible. Yeah, there, please.
Audrey Hepburn, the most important thing is to enjoy your life, to be happy. It is all that matters. It's all that matters.
Yeah. I have just one comment about the word happy, and I have had this recently. Um, yeah, many phrases talk about happiness and being happy and being smiling. In reality, there are many emotions that you have the right to live. For example, you can be angry about or against injustice and justice. You can be disdainful of bad manners. So you can, for example, disdain is a feeling and it's valid that you have it. You can disdain bad manners. You can be angry. Say, don't be angry. Well, angry is a valid feeling. You can be angry against injustice. Uh, you can be, I mean, all the feelings are valid. So, yeah, many quotations, many phrases say, be happy, try to be happy all your life. That is impossible. Is You cannot just be happy all like 24/7.
Yeah.
Is So I would say live all your emotions uh, with the correct context, of course.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, of course. I think that in occasions, uh, I have seen a lot of videos about it. I have seen a lot of books about it, that how to live your life happily, and there are a lot of topics who tries to show us this idea, and I believe that it's a fake idea too, because I think that will be impossible to live all your life happily, because I think that you need to use your other emotions or your other
Yes.
feelings to try to, well, yeah, to reach the happiness. I think so, because I think that if you always be happy, probably you have a mental problem or something like that, because it's impossible to always be happy.
Exactly, exactly. Even fear. You say, don't be fearful. Well, wait a minute. Fear saves your life,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Fear is a natural response to a danger. So if there is a tiger, obviously you feel fearful. You segregate adrenaline and you run away or you fight, right?
Hmm.
So you flee or fight, but that's a response out of fear.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So I would say that live all your emotions, not just happiness. Happiness is a
Hmm.
nice feeling. It's very rewarding. It can be very intense, but all the feelings are valid, and that's why human has them. If not, we would only be born with a feeling of happiness. But in reality, we have the 7 or 9 basic feelings, and with those, we create many more emotions. Don't you think?
Yeah, of course. When you use all your emotions, you can give more value to happiness at the end, because you have been in different stages, in different moments of your life that provocates different emotions. But when you are happy, you can give like more value and you can enjoy it. I think so.
Yeah, that's true. Very good, Mickey. Okay, well, let's conclude our session today. Very good as
Yes,
usual,
sure.
Mickey. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
And so maybe Wednesday we record another class
Yes, sure. On Wednesday at 9, it's okay if you wish.
at 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, have a wonderful day, Mickey, and enjoy your week. Take care.
You too, teacher. Thank you for your time. Take care and have an excellent week.
Thank you. Enjoy, Mickey.